Hey team, welcome to our new coach webinar with your hosts, Courtney Lane and Stephanie Daniello. In this webinar, we're going to go over how to start smart, and if you're a brand new coach, how to get started. So first, we just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about ourselves. So my name is Courtney Lane, and I was born and raised in a little town north of Boston, and I currently live in Connecticut. I am the proud mother of 2 children, and I'm also a certified personal trainer. You can read on the thing about, little tidbits about me, some fun facts. And just a little backstory, I used to go to school for musical theater and music business, and I graduated and decided to pursue my acting career. So my then boyfriend, now my husband, and I packed up our stuff and we moved to Connecticut, where he started a business and I traveled into Manhattan to audition. So that was pretty rough. I mean, I landed some minor roles, nothing crazy, but the rejection was heart-wrenching. I seriously felt awful and realized that this was just not meant for me, so I quit. I was working in various restaurants, not sure what the hell I was going to do with my life. And then my husband said, "Why don't you work for my company?" So I figured, sure, it's for our family, why not? So I did that for a few years. And although it was great that I was helping our family business, I wasn't loving it. And I certainly didn't feel passionate about keeping books and doing payroll. So now I've always loved health and fitness, and I just never knew that there was a way I could actually do it and make a living out of it. So along came Beachbody in May of 2014, but it was in disguise. My now coach told me about the 21-day fix program, and it looked great. And I thought, sure, I want to lose weight, why not? So I signed up as a coach just strictly for the discount, and that was that. My friends, they just started noticing a difference in how I looked and the way I was acting, everything. They were like, "What are you doing?" So I naturally shared with them what's going on with Beachbody and Shakeology and the 21-day fix. And they, of course, wanted in. And so all of a sudden, I actually became a working coach. See, I've always loved helping people and sharing my passion for health and fitness with others. I just never knew that this was what I was meant to be doing with my life. I started getting messages from people about weight loss, medications that they stopped taking due to health improvements, women who were feeling sexy and confident, guys who were bulking up and gaining muscle, just the list goes on. Then there was this financial side that I never knew was there, that I was actually able to help people gain financial freedom as well as myself. This to me was mind-blowing. I was helping people feel healthy, both physically, mentally, and on top of that, I was helping people financially as well. So now after Beachbody, I just feel like I have a sense of purpose when I wake up in the morning. To know that I'm helping people feel like their best versions of themselves is so rewarding. I get to do this all in my own time too, and I don't have a boss. I'm my own boss. We're all our own bosses, which is so great. And it feels funny when you tell people that you get paid to work out, drink a shake, post on Facebook, and interact with incredible people all day and read amazing life-changing books to personally develop ourselves into better people. I'm now able to do this full time, which is super exciting. And the lives that our team is changing is truly mind-blowing, and we're just getting started.
Awesome. Hey guys, my name is Stephanie Daniello. I'm 26 years old from Norwalk, Connecticut. I'm a wife and soon-to-be mommy in May. My journey with Beachbody began in June of 2014 when my husband Anthony and we were getting ready to go on a cruise. And at the time I was in nursing school, constantly stressed out, and I was feeling very uncomfortable in my own skin. So after scrolling on Facebook, I decided to reach out to my friend Courtney, who is now my coach and my co-host for the call, because she had posted something about a fitness challenge group she was running. And I didn't know what that meant, but I knew I trusted her. So she got me started up as a challenger, actually, with 21-day fix and Shakeology. I didn't want anything to do with the coaching opportunity because I didn't want to add just one more thing to my plate. Like I said, I was in nursing school. And I was just looking to lose, a couple pounds and feel good in a bikini while I was on my cruise. So in 3 weeks, I ended up losing 8 pounds, and I can't even remember how many inches. I shared with her my before and after photos, and she actually encouraged me to post them on Facebook, which was super scary. It took me a while to agree to something like that, but I thought if I could inspire just one person to change their life, then why not? So within minutes of, her posting the photos, I saw a huge response from my family and my friends, and they were asking what it was I was doing. And that was pretty much when I decided that this coaching thing might be a good fit for me. So Anthony and I went on our cruise, and I came home to a paycheck that I wasn't expecting at all. And that's when I realized that this was my true passion. I was still helping people, which is what I loved about the nursing thing, but it was just on a more preventative side of things. So I ended up withdrawing from my nursing program with a year left to go, and I've been coaching full-time ever since. And it was probably one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make, but I can truly say that I, made the right one for myself. And I'm now the proud founder of Hustle and Grind, the Empire. So with all that being said, before Beachbody, I was super stressed out, dreading those Sunday nights because it meant I had to go back to school on Monday. And I was just pretty much unhappy. After Beachbody, I'm able to work from home. Like Courtney said, I'm able to be my own boss and make my own schedule, which is something I never thought I would be able to do. I've also been able to pay off some student loan debt, earn some free trips, and I'm able to help others while still improving myself, which is pretty awesome. So that's my story. And we just want to thank you guys for, being here with us. Our goal is to provide you with the skills needed to find the information you need and help, set you up for success. If we were to sign on a bunch of coaches just to sign them up, that wouldn't really do anything for us. The business is all about helping others, and we have, an interest in seeing our teams do well. So we do want to encourage you to use this training as a tool. Please feel free to use the content we're providing. If you're a brand new coach signing on, new coaches, and you're not sure what to tell them, you can definitely share this with them. That's why we're doing this. We want to help you take that next step. Or if you're not a new coach and you're, you want to do your own webinar, you can definitely, watch this one and use this as a reference to make your own. Again, we want to thank you for joining us, and we are so excited to have you as a part of our team.
Definitely. So in this webinar, we're going to go over the 3 vital behaviors, starting where you are, how to post and share your journey, along with what not to do, what to say, consistency, having a success mindset, acting as if, and creating results from action. So these are all themes that you'll hear a lot throughout this call. So if you hear us repeat something over and over again, it's probably important. All right. So if you're a brand new coach, the first thing you'll want to understand is what's called the 3 vital behaviors. So Beachbody put the 3 vitals together because they're the 3 most important things you can do on a daily basis in order to grow your business. So the first is invite, invite, invite. We like to use the analogy of a restaurant. So let's say you open a restaurant and no one knows you're open. How do you expect people to come in the door? You want to let them know you're in business. So we'll go over how to invite people to join your challenge groups and join your team. The second daily vital is to be proof the products work. You're not going to trust somebody who doesn't use the products. You wouldn't follow someone who says, do what I say and not do what I do. You want to lead by example. It may sound silly, but it's like going to get your hair done. You wouldn't want to get your hair done by someone who has horrible hair. We're not saying that you have to have perfect hair or you have to be perfect with your health and fitness, but it's your business and you have to build that level of trust. So you don't have to have that perfect body, it's just, you have to show that you're working out and drinking your shakes. And then last but not least, personal development. Personal development is so important because you're working on your greatest asset, which is yourself. You want to always be improving your mind, improving your soul, improving your mindset. In order to help others, you want to be your best self. Some great books for brand new coaches that we always recommend are Go Pro by Eric Worre and The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. So you guys probably have ordered those by now. And, a lot of us start out having zero experience in network marketing. I had zero experience. Stephanie had zero experience. They had no experience running challenge groups or even leading a team. So we really need to develop ourselves personally in order to grow and develop the skills needed to succeed in this business. Now, brand new coaches, it's extremely important to stay connected to your team. What we found is the coaches who participate and interact with the team more often are actually the coaches who tend to succeed. So here's some great ways that you can stay connected. Okay, number one, reach out to your sponsor coach. You want to make sure you're in contact with them. Now, we're not saying constantly text them or email them. We're just saying you should have a good working relationship with them. So number two, we recommend finding someone on the team, someone you might know, and become success partners. A success partner is someone who can hold you accountable, someone you can brainstorm with and bounce ideas off of. This should be someone who is at the same place in the business as you, and you guys can learn the business and grow together. Number three, check and explore the Coach Online Office, or we call it the COO, for your daily news and updates. The information posted in there is constantly changing, so it's really important to get into the habit of checking back there daily. This is where you're going to learn about the company and what's going on, like any promotions or important announcements. Plus, they also have a great option. They have a live chat, so you can always get in touch with someone 24/7 if you have questions regarding your business. Number four, tune in to the National Wake Up Call. That's every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also any team calls that we might have. These are both calls that you'll want to get on because you'll learn best practices from top coaches. And it's also just a great way to stay connected with your team and know what's going on. Number five, join the Fun in Our Team Facebook page. This is a great place to ask questions, get to know and interact with your team members, bounce ideas off of everyone, and just have fun and support each other. Okay. So now let's talk about the hierarchy of where and how to find the information. As a new coach, you have so much information being thrown at you, and we definitely want to encourage you to be as independent as possible. Remember, this is your business. If you ask questions and we just give you the answers, we're not empowering you. We're not here to be your crutch. We're here to help you become leaders and the true owners of your business. At some point, you have to take things into your own hands and not rely on your coach to find answers. So with that being said, if you have questions, and trust us, you will have questions, this is how we want you to handle it. Okay, so the first place you want to look is your Coach Online Office. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, there's a link for the FAQ. It's in very tiny print. You click on that and type in any question you have. Now, if you call Coach Relations, a lot of times they will just read your answers straight from that FAQ, so definitely check there first. The second thing you can do is Google. We like to say GTS, which means Google that SHIT. As you know, Google is an amazing resource. If you can't find the answer using those two ways, then go ahead and post in the team Facebook page. We've got some great documents and files in the Files tab at the top of the page, and we're all in this together. We're here to help. There will always be someone available or who's gone through a similar experience that can answer your questions. Plus, when you're asking in the team page, you may be helping another coach who might have had that same question as you. The fourth thing you can do is call Coach Relations or shoot them an email at coachrelations@beachbody.com, or you can even try them on the live chat. And if you've done all of those things and you still aren't satisfied with your understanding or the answer, then you can go ahead and ask your sponsor coach or your Star Diamond upline. We're not saying we don't want you to come to us for help, but we do want you to go through the hierarchy up because, again, we really want to empower you as much as we can. We want you to really step out of your comfort zone and become a leader. Also, just a quick reminder, you don't need to have all the answers. The best way to approach this business is to just take action and just learn as you go.
Awesome. So now that you know where to find all the resources, let's just talk about what Courtney just said, and that's starting where you are. We hear all the time, I'm not in my goal weight. I don't know, what being emerald means. And that's totally fine. We want you to have success doing what you're doing right now. So, go ahead and start sharing. If you wait until you know everything about the business, you'll miss out on so many opportunities. I know when I first started, I was super nervous about what people were going to think of me and didn't want them to think I was trying to sell them anything. And I know a lot of you guys have that same fear. So now that I've seen how this business has changed my life and so many others, I consider sharing this business a gift. So when you lead with your passion, people are going to know you're being genuine, and they know, that you have this amazing opportunity that you choose to share with them. So really, if you wait until you know everything, you miss out on that valuable experience, and you're doing your friends and family a disservice. So let me put it this way. If you go to a restaurant, like we'll use restaurant references all the time. If you go to a restaurant and the food is absolutely amazing, your waiter is so nice and you can't wait to go back again, you're obviously going to, recommend that restaurant to a friend. Would you wait until your friend asked you to recommend something you loved? Of course not. You would share with them right away. You also wouldn't feel like you needed to know everything about the restaurant before bringing it up, like the 96 things on the menu or the floor plan of the restaurant or the chef's name. You get the idea. So you're just going to share with them, what you know, and that is that you had an amazing meal and you had a great time. So relate this to your Beachbody business. Would you be offended if they didn't go eat there? No. Would you be offended if they, weren't interested in the Shakeology or they're not ready to join a challenge group? Probably not. So we have to let go of that fear of rejection and trust us that comes with experience, practice, and personal development. The no is not personal at all. So they're not saying no to you. They're saying no to the opportunity or no to the workouts. A waiter is not going to get offended if you don't want coffee or dessert. So we need to let go of that mindset and stop being afraid to share. If someone says no, a lot of the time it just means that they're not ready yet. So just keep planting those seeds and they'll definitely be back. Now, if you're someone who's like, well, I don't know how to explain the business, or I don't know how to explain this or that, or if someone approaches you and asks you about your fitness company or shake, I don't really take the time to learn about other products. Like if someone's asking me about another competing company, I just kind of say, I don't know. All I know is I've lost blank pounds. I feel better than ever. I feel, the love, the support, and the accountability. I love the team atmosphere. I was depressed now, but now I have hope. I was living paycheck to paycheck, and now I have breathing room. No one can argue with those statements. So you don't have to have crazy results. Just share your stories so far, whatever that may be. And the other thing we want you to do is share where you're going with this. Share your vision, share your dream. A lot of people get into those 9-to-5 jobs and they just stop dreaming and setting goals. So when you can inspire someone and spark that dream in them again, they're going to want to join you. You just have to get out there and share. Some people, won't get it, and that's okay. Like I said, I was super scared in the beginning that people were going to think weird things about me, but I just kind of let that go. You just want to let them know that your train is leaving the station and you're going to do this with whether they sign up with you or not. If they don't want to join you, that's totally fine. You will find those people that want to join your team and want to be your business partner. Just let them know that, you're passionate about this, you're dead serious, and nothing is going to stand in your way of success. If you have that mindset, I promise you, you will reach your goals. And if you want this, don't wait around for other people. Just get out there and make it happen.
Totally. Awesome. All right. So where to focus? This is such a common theme. So first and foremost, you have to focus on your own personal fitness. You don't have to be perfect, but you've got to show people that you're working out and you're drinking your Shakeology. The second thing to focus on, especially as a brand new coach, is inviting 2 people to join you in your next challenge group. Just 2. That's it. Team calls. Now, I know we have a lot going on, but if you want to build a successful business, you have to stay connected and jump on those team calls. We all have the same 24 hours in a day, and calls are recorded, so there really are no excuses. These should be a priority, and we want you to be part of the family. So we totally understand if you can't make it on a call. We will record it and just, watch the recording, and then after, just give us, some of those takeaways that you get from it. And of course, your personal development. If you're not doing personal development, your business will not grow because you won't grow. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It can literally be 10 minutes a day, or just read 10 pages a day, listen to an Audible book for 10 minutes a day. That's it. Resources are incredible, but without those basic vital behaviors, they will do no good. So when we have a ton of chores to do at home, like dishes in the sink, laundry that needs to be folded, floors that have to be cleaned, etc., you're not going to just sit on your couch and say, oh, I have so much to do. No, you're just going to do one thing at a time. So same with this business. Don't get overwhelmed. Just do one thing at a time. Sometimes we have to identify why we're feeling overwhelmed, which is totally normal, by the way. We all feel that way. Make a list. We're huge list people. Make a list, do one thing at a time, and just cross it off that list. So every day we should be in our team page, in our challenge group, and in a coach training group if that's something you choose to participate in.
Okay, so a little quick tip about all the chaos when you sign on as a Beachbody coach. You'll quickly learn, that you're added to a few new groups, right? Maybe more than a few. So you should make sure that you add the most important groups to your favorites. And we've kind of, given you an example here and illustrated how you do that. So if you go to the little icon at the top of your page with the 3 little dots, you just click on add to favorites, and then you can even rearrange the order in terms of priority if you'd like. This definitely helps me stay organized. And you can kind of see all your important groups on the left-hand side of your page, and it just makes your life a lot easier.
Yeah, big time. Okay, so we're going to talk about good posts and bad posts. So here's an example on the left-hand side of what not to post in social media. So let's take a look and see why this is wrong. Okay, first of all, it has prices on it. Here's the thing. If all of the information is right there, there's no need for anyone to reach out to you and ask questions. And honestly, it's like really tacky and ugly and salesy, and it just, yeah. Another thing I want to point out is never put your link in a post. It just looks really bad and like that you're desperate for a sale. So I just actually saw a post last night. A girl put up all the things that were on sale, contact me with, her website. And I was just like, oh gosh. And it looked so out of character for this particular person. So that was just, yeah, it's yucky. And we know you guys don't want to feel salesy or gross. So yeah, so the one on the left, don't do. Now let's look at the example on the right-hand side. So this is actually our friend Lindsay, who's on our team. In this picture, it not only reflects a healthy lifestyle, but it shows her personality and focus. And remember, people follow you for you. You want to be in the picture so people can connect with you and your story. So show your journey and your progress. Again, you don't have to be perfect. Just be real and be authentic.
Yes. So here are some key points on how to post. Number one, keep it short. People don't want to read things that are longer than a paragraph or so. If you want to share something a little bit longer, it's okay to do that every once in a while, but just try to avoid it, all the time. Number two is you want to share your story in your posts and how Beachbody is helping you. Be sure to make your posts eye-catching. So many people are used to, using their cell phones to to scroll through Facebook. You want your post to stand out and, stop the scroll, we like to call it. If you have a boring picture, you're not going to get anyone's attention. And then pick 5 categories. They can include your family, fitness, food, sports, coffee, wine, whatever, speaks to you and your audience. These should be things you love, have an interest in, or maybe even something people frequently ask you about. just identify those 5 things. And when you're posting, keep those things in mind. I know for Courtney, coffee is one of her big things, and people come to her all the time with coffee memes and stuff like that. So that's one of her 5 things. So next, you want to ask something of your audience. Ask questions or ask, opinions or advice. You can even post a picture comparing 2 things and ask which one would they pick. People absolutely love to put in their 2 cents and give their opinion. This will always get interaction on your wall, and it will let people know, that you have fun posts that people can come and check out on your wall. A quick rule of thumb is the 80-20 rule. So 20% of your posts should be about fitness. Every post shouldn't be a picture of you flexing. Your audience won't find that interesting. So 80% of the time you want it to be anything other than health and fitness. So just keep that in mind. You should be posting probably 3 to 5 times per day, but you need to work, best for you. What's best for you? I mean, for me, I usually keep it around 3 posts a day. It's kind of hard for me to keep up with posting, and it's kind of uncomfortable sometimes for me, but the more you post, the more of a following you'll get. You have to be, posting consistently. You can't go away for a couple months and then expect people to come to you. So go back through your wall and look at your last 5 posts and ask yourself, are they interesting? Would someone follow you because of these last 5 posts? And are they pretty recent? So remember, a mediocre post is better than no post at all. It doesn't have to be perfect, and definitely don't just post a post, but you just have to practice and learn, what people want to see and stuff like that. So be willing to change and adapt. And also another huge tip is don't get your heart set on a post. If you think it's going to be like some baller post that will get a huge, interaction and likes and comments, and then it flops, your heart can't break over that. People will see it. So like we said, consistency is so important in this business. And in the book, The Compound Effect, it talks about pumping a well. That's why we have this picture on our page right now. So as new coaches, we're pumping and pumping really hard. And this is just like our business. We're inviting, we're posting, we're sharing our story, we're working hard, and there's no water coming out. So some will get super frustrated and just quit. Some will keep pumping and have, a positive mindset. This is going to work. This is going to work. And maybe get 1 drop of water and think to themselves, like, that's it. I've been working so hard and I only get a drop of water. And then they end up quitting. And then there are those really successful coaches, the few that will keep going no matter what. And they have that resilience, that mindset, even when times get tough. And that's when the water just keeps on flowing. You have to build that momentum to get the water flowing, and you have to keep pumping the water, especially when you're, not getting any.
Yes. So what happens when someone asks you about a challenge group? What do you do? All right. So we like to think of this as lasagna. That picture is making both of us very hungry as we're staring. In order to make a lasagna, you have to layer the ingredients for it to come out right? You don't just dump everything into a baking dish and have a meal. So the main ingredients to challenge groups are the following: fitness, nutrition, and support. So when you're talking to people, we don't just throw it all out on them. You want to layer the ingredients and let it build. So talk about fitness and then let them ask questions. Then talk about how awesome the nutrition is and then let them ask questions. And then talk about the support. So now when someone asks you about the coaching opportunity, you're going to want to know your audience. What would appeal to them when answering. So when someone asks you what to do, you can say something like, if someone says, what do? You could say, I work with people online to help them achieve their fitness goals. I'm always looking for entrepreneurs, people like me, people who want to join my team, people who are looking for an opportunity to create freedom in their lives. This is a great segue to talk about what you're able to do because of this opportunity.
Awesome. Okay, so here I am back again talking about consistency. So you definitely want to know your audience. Going back to that well example, building a following takes time and consistency. For example, in both pictures, I'm being a proof of the product. So Picture number 2 is probably, I think, a year later. Yeah, a year later, of me being consistent. So you can see there's 7 likes on the first one in August of 2014 with 0 comments. And then in the second one, oh, and I didn't put any description in the first one. So that probably had a lot to do with it. But in the second one, it's April 2015, and I have, over 200 comments and over 250 likes and 56 comments. So you can see the difference. And, you have to add your personality, like I said, in the description. And don't make it about the sale. Even if you're doing everything right, keep in mind that it will take some time to build a following and figure out what your audience likes and what they will respond to. And I kind of figured that out by, posting a little bit about, my story, and it got a huge response. So with that in mind, there's a quote by Aristotle that says, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit." So create a habit of success, create a habit of consistency, and be somewhat predictable. People want to see that you're doing something consistently over time. So just like in this business, if people see that you're, on for a day and then off for 3 days and then on for 2 days and then off for another week, you don't have that consistency. And what consistency does is it builds trust. It shows you're treating this like a real business and you won't leave people hanging. And it also builds interest. People aren't always ready when you are, but when they continue to see you on Facebook, it builds that interest and they will eventually reach out when they're ready. I've had people say no months ago, and then after seeing me show up day after day, I'll get a message saying, I'm ready to get started. So you just have to ask yourself if you'll be there for those people when they finally come back around. And, a huge thing we always talk about is be here 1 year out. Make that promise to yourself that you'll be here 1 year out. And another thing consistency does is, you want to become predictable, like we talked about. So start a challenge group, every month. It could be a free one. It could be a paid one. This is so important because, again, not everyone will be ready to get started at the same time. And you need to have, people in your pipeline at all times. People are going to be at different stages in the process. So if you're starting a new challenge group each month, they will know you have something coming up and that they can be a part of it.
Exactly. Definitely. So, Coach Basics. Okay. So the next thing we want to talk to you about, are Coach Basics. So on this webinar, we decided we didn't want to go over all the administrative stuff. Like we didn't want to talk about how much we make, how we make our money, how to get to Emerald, how to cycle bonus. All that information is provided for you in your Coach Online office. And we're also going to run a Coach Basics as well, where you'll learn more about that type of stuff. But, getting back to being a leader of your business, that's something that you guys can go back in under the news and training tab and watch the videos that have already been provided for you. They're very informational and they will explain every single thing for you. With this, we really wanted to give you an idea of what we do as coaches day to day, and a really great way to learn more about the business and to get it, breadcrumb to you each day is to join and participate in our Coach Basics training group. So this is a private Facebook group, and you can even think of it as like a coach challenge group. I also want to emphasize that this group hinges on participation. We want you to comment on posts, interact, ask questions. There'll be call to actions. But the point of the group is really to help you learn the fundamentals of the business, support your peers in there, also experience the importance of accountability, connection, and goal setting. So the key is to implement and act on what you learn. The 2 main goals of the training is to first help you achieve your very first promotion of Emerald rank, and also to hit Success Club 5 or more. So if you're a new coach, definitely talk to your coach about joining the next Coach Basics training that we will be providing. So I just want you guys to realize how proud you should be right now to be part of this team. There's so much to be proud of. This team is legit. Our team focuses on integrity and, just bringing people up. That's not common in this world of Beachbody, in Beachbody, but also in the world in general, as you guys may know. We have something very special on this team, so you guys should be super proud of that. We would love to invite you to join us in being solution oriented. With any business, there will always be hiccups or things that happen. So think about the future team that you want to create. How will you react to those circumstances? If you are solution oriented and lead by example, your team will do the same. Remember, you are the leader. You are the CEO. A lot of the times, the way we learn is to do and fail forward. What you and your team focuses on expands. So be sure to focus on solutions. Ask yourself, what can I do to better someone's experience? Our goal as coaches and in general in this business, our goal is to help people.
Awesome. So here are the, stepping stones of a new coach. We all start as a new coach, brand new coach, and then we move on to what's called an apprentice coach. An apprentice coach is someone who partners up with their sponsor and they learn, how to run the business and a challenge group. From there, when they feel comfortable and, spread their wings, they lead their own challenge group or their own team, whether that's by themselves or with another, a success partner, or just another teammate. Then they are leading their own challenge groups with their apprentices. So it's kind of like I do, and you watch kind of thing. And then, you go on to teaching other people. So it's just one continuous cycle. All right, building your wings on the way down. So being a successful coach is not a destination, it's a journey. Success is defined in so many ways. It doesn't always mean, making six-figure income. There are plenty of small successes. Don't just, look at success as money. You probably won't remember all that we said on this webinar, but you'll remember how we made you feel. And as leaders, we want you to fly. We want you to feel equipped and, supported at all times. We want you to know that we care about you and your teams and your success. In this business, there are there's a ton of trial and error. There's a ton of failing forward, like we talked about. Keep in mind that failure just means you're in the process of succeeding, but practice makes perfect, and being a leader means you go first sometimes, and, you're the one to fail first. But personal development will help, and it's huge, like we said too. So, a call to action for you is we want you to dive into inviting, commit to starting a challenge group or pair up with another coach to run one, and post the date of your next challenge group. And you can either share that with your coach or you can post in the team page. And yeah, we can't wait to see all those.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. So we really hope that this helped you guys. And we hope that you're confident in us, that we're here to help you and support you in any way, shape, or form. Thank you so much again for joining us. Please let us know that date of that challenge group that you will be starting. We'll help you get that off and running. And we will see you guys on the team page.